For an investment loan at 75% cash out, that's fantastic. 6.3. And then you can leverage that and just keep it added to the portfolio. Hopefully it's a cash flowing asset, and then keep going.
What are the rates on the hard money? And I want to talk about rates for a minute, right? Because I don't know how many times I heard, of course, new people coming into the business and they hear the interest rate is X. I'm not going to say what it is, but oh my God, that's so high. And you're like, yeah, but try going to a bank and getting that loan. It's just not going to happen, right? So what's the typical rate that you offer, and like points, origination, the cost of the loan, things of that nature?
Sure. Yeah, typical for an experienced borrower is going to be around 9.5 to 10.5%, with a couple points. Okay, we don't go crazy with somebody that's got
10 and 2,
experience.
10 and 2. I love those numbers.
10 and 2, right? If your credit's not that great, you don't have a lot of experience, and it jumps up to about 12 and 4. I mean, it gets pricier, but it can still be done if the asset is a good asset that you're buying. But for the most part, around 10 and 2. But what you've got to consider, and this is what I tell folks all the time, is the power of that leveraging aspect of it. Even though you're paying a little bit higher rate in some points, you got to look at you're only utilizing that loan for a short period of time. Fix and flip loan is only meant to be 4 to 6 months at the most, right? Before you're leveraging. So it's truly a bridge to get you from A to B, and then you can take it from B to C, right? So that is the cost of capital that you're paying on that is very limited. So if you plug that into an equation, and we've got a great calculator that we use to show the cash on cash.
You have it on your website?
I do. Yeah, it's on the website. Anybody can request it as well. They can log in to www.cgrealestateventures.com and request that calculator. But what it does is it allows you to see, hey, if I'm going to pay this rate and I'm doing it for 4 to 6 months, then we can look at in 6 months, what is that return going to be? What am I putting down, right? And because I'm getting my return's going to be better, even though I'm paying a higher cost on the interest, because it's a very minuscule factor when it comes to your total fix and flip transaction. So
now on the rehab budget or the construction budget, however you want to call it, do you guys start charging interest even if the money hasn't been sent over to the borrower yet, or do you do it as a total, or do you do it as the money starts getting drawn from you guys for the construction?
Yeah, as soon as they close, the interest is drawn on the whole amount for fix and flip.
Got it.
Now, new construction's different. New construction, you're kind of setting a line there, a budget until you start to draw on it is when you pay on it. But for fix and flip, it is the total amount. So again, another incentive to go ahead and draw on that money and get that rehab done as quick as possible, because you're going to start paying for it immediately.
How many draws do you allow on as many as they want? You have a charge for that, but
yeah, as many as they want. We always recommend to try to do it in 4 or 5 draws, but they can have in limited draws.
Okay. Yeah. I forgot, man, but like, I think we were doing 4 draws, and the moment some work was done, we'll send pictures or they send a guide to walk the property or whatever. How do you guys do that? Do you send an inspector or do you just rely on pictures?
Couple different ways. So internally, we have sent an inspector for our own stuff that we do that we fund in-house. For institutional, it's either inspections or there's apps. There's really cool apps now that geo-track where you're at. They know that you're at the location and you're documenting boom, 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 boom for the things that you've requested. So, hey, bathroom tile is done. All right, I'm going to take a picture of that time. It's stamped. They know where you're located, and that's the bathroom. Kitchen's done. Boom, boom, boom. That gets uploaded, and within 48 hours, you've got your money.
And you're doing hard money loans all over the nation, or what's your main priority? Like, is it Florida? How does that look like?
Private with our own stuff is in-house. That's in-house is only Florida, because we're only able to do it in Florida. But institutionally, for these other fix and flip loans, we can go 48 states.
Okay, perfect.
And New York and Hawaii are the only 2 that we can't do.
Yeah, try to get somebody out on a property in New York is almost impossible, right? So
it's a challenge up there. So we just kind of stay away from that area.
Makes no sense, man. And
states.
Yes, sir. And how about the DSCR loans?
Same. 48 states.
48 states. Okay. How quickly can you fund the loan? Let's say I just came in, filled out your application, gave you all my info, looked at my bank account. Oh, and another great question is, how many months of reserve should I have on my bank account when I'm applying for a loan with you?
6 months at least. I would say
Okay.
6 months is a good. You want to make sure that if this project does run you 6 or 7 or 8 months, you've got the money in there to make the payment.
Right.
So 6 months at a minimum is what I would say.
Okay.
And then from there, yeah, I mean, you're really just other costs besides that, making sure that you've got enough in reserves for your taxes and insurance, utilities, and other things like that.
Right. And then, so usually, how long does it take to underwrite me as the borrower? Right. Like, let's say I'm going to you, hey Carlos, I want a loan. I got a property under contract. I'm ready to go flip my first house. Like,
Yeah.
what does that look like?
24 hours, 24, 48 at the max. We'll underwrite you and say, hey, you can get approved for this. And then we would, if you've got a property identified already, then it's, hey, let's start the submission process. And we're about 2.5 to 3 weeks max for a fix and flip loan. And right around there, maybe a little bit more for a DSCR. So
now for the DSCR, does the property have to be rented or not?
No.
Okay.
It could be a day after it's done being constructed, and they'll go based off of market projections, and they'll allow you to do a DSCR.
Now, will the rates change if you have it rented already, or as opposed if it's vacant?
No, it won't. No. What matters is if you are in an area and the market analysis comes in at 2,000, but you can rent it for 2,800. Right. You want to rent it, right? Because you're going to show a higher market.
More money, yeah.
What it affects is your ratios, your DSCR ratios. If the market shows it lower, it can cause you to not qualify, for the DSCR. Then it's, I got to step back. Let me go put it for rent, show that we can get it for a higher amount, and then it makes sense.
I love it, man. I'm looking at your website. It's unlock the power of leverage in real estate. So you couldn't describe it better. Like
there's
how
power, man. There's power in leveraging, brother. Power.
Man, reisummit.com. That's the website, correct?
Yeah, relsummit.com.
Oh, REL. Okay. Yep. Yeah, let me change that. relsummit.com. Which is real estate leverage, right?
That's it. Real estate leverage.
And I don't know how you got away with getting that name. To be honest with you, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Some bot didn't buy that name before. That's
we got it, buddy. We got it now. Yeah, we got it.
Pretty good name, by the way.